What up, Cowboy Nation, and welcome back. It's another week of the Cowboy Show.
Yes, sir.
In OG State of Mind.
Yes, sir. We here.
Yeah, we here. Not a good week for us. We're going to dive into that. We'll talk about the loss the Cowboys just suffered to the New Orleans Saints, score of 44-19.
Ugly.
Yeah, it was an ugly loss. Not anything to be happy about as a Cowboy fan, but we are Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
You are Cowboy Nation, and we're here. We're going to get through this together. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. So first thing, let's
family.
Absolutely. We got to always remember that.
Yeah.
But we want to just kick things off. As always, ask you to subscribe, hit the like button.
Yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate all of your participation, sponsorship, or whatever you give to love. So let's get right into this, Coach. Damn. That's how I want to start off. Damn. I think a lot of us were really gassed up about the first week of football that we had against the Cleveland Browns. That game had us thinking that we had found a defensive coordinator who would solve all of our problems. We thought that we had found a way to stop the run game.
Yeah.
And I thought offensively, we thought offensive line was solid. The rookies that we played in there, I think we thought we had a running game. We were able to run the ball early on against Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, decent. So let's just talk about it. And I think I think the place I want to start out today, Cowboys Nation, is I want to start out talking about the D or the lack of D in Big D, I should say.
The defense.
Yeah, let's talk about that defense, Coach. I'll give you open shots. Start off where you want to start off.
It was just bad all the way. First of all, big props to Clint Kubiak because it seemed like he had the perfect call for whatever defense was called.
Yep.
In the first series, they were getting us with the crossing routes. So basically, they had our linebackers, very hesitant. They didn't know what was going on. First series, crossing route. Second series, we're going outside run.
Yep.
And then third series, we're going to hit you with the play action. So, I mean, we were off guard. Oh, was the screen in there? Don't forget that.
Yeah.
It was just perfectly called, man.
It was.
It was like he knew what we were doing, and he was prepared for it.
Yeah.
And they were prepared for it.
Yeah. Like he was out in front of the orchestra.
Oh, my God.
mean, just orchestrating things lovely,
Oh,
man. That whatever they called up or dialed up, it worked.
It worked. And it would seem like the perfect call at that time. I mean, not some of those run plays. Those run plays are linebackers. I don't understand why Overshown didn't play as much as he did. I believe he played 31% of the snaps defensively.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He not saying he's going to do much more, but man, what he showed week one.
We want to see more.
Yeah, what he showed week one. We hungry for it.
Yeah, we definitely want to see more.
Yeah.
I'll let you keep diving in. But one thing Mike Zimmer said during his interview was that with the guy coming off the injury the way that he did, they were trying to ramp him up in his plays and snaps. And they just said that, he's going to get more snaps. Mike Zimmer knows how important he is, but it's still, you wanted to see him out there.
No, absolutely.
But carry on, my guy.
Oh no! I mean, it was just tough all night. Like I said, we tried to go 1-on-1. David Carr, they gave him time. That's a pretty good offensive line they have. Cesar Ruiz, 51. I was really impressed. He was taking people off the feet.
Yes, he was.
And they were more physical, and they were attacking us as a defensive line.
Yep, getting off the ball.
Oh yes.
Sound, like you said, getting downhill.
Yes, sir. And so defensively, but I am a creature of the moment. So last week I thought we had it. This week we were terrible. So we're not as good as we think we are, and we're not that bad. I trust Zimmer. Of course, we don't have any choice but to give him some more time to, try to right the wrongs. But I'm still right there.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it was disappointing. I was really expecting a lot more on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as we noted, Kubiak, he definitely was an offensive coordinator over at Minnesota when Mike Zimmer, I believe, was the head coach.
Yes, sir.
So he knew a little about the stuff that Mike Zimmer does. He wasn't surprised by anything. And I think, just looking at the game tape and breaking that down, we didn't do anything, we didn't change up a lot. Everything to me was more of basic fronts. I mean, they caught us in, out of position when we tried to slide some of the line fronts. I mean, they ran right behind where we left gaps and openings.
Right.
But the thing I think that I stood out to me was just looking at the way that they were able to run the ball and get the edge and set the edge against us. I would think, with the speed that we have with a guy like Michael Parsons on edge, how good D-Lo Tank is. I would really think that, we would be able to hold that. And I would think that a lot of more of the runs would have been straight up our gut. Now, they did run inside. I mean, Kamara ran any damn where he wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of things that I saw on the inside with the front was just those linemen, our defensive linemen. When we went in with that second unit, when we went in with Linval and Phillips.
Yeah.
It looked like it was like you standing on a sled and you getting drove. You know how the coach stand on the back of the sled and the team drive them? It looked like they was on roller skates going backwards. And I really thought that those guys would bring in more just by being bigger bodies. But I'm starting to think that maybe there was a reason why them guys wasn't on rosters at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And from the linebacker standpoint, it's just, their offensive line, like I said, they were off on the snap a lot faster than us. They was getting up on us. And our linebackers just really never could find the ball. It seemed like Kendricks was always a step slow.
Yes. Kendricks was step slow. 35, my man was a step behind,
rookie from Notre Dame.
Not good angles. Yeah. Clark was.
And that word you said is key, Coach. A lot of times you may not have the fastest players on the field, but if you play the game is won on angles. And it just seemed like everything that we did, if the ball was going 45 degrees, we was flat.
Right.
And it's just, and then we're playing catch up. But you got to give them credit, man. That screenplay that they called, man, it was perfect. You caught us in man to man. You got Kendricks, whose man is Kamara. Yeah, Kamara. He gets blocked. And then they just got everything. It's just the way
Kamara in the open field.
It's just the way it's sealed, man. Everybody just got sealed, and they went to the house.
Yeah.
And then it's just, and then you get the matchups. You get one-on-one against Carson. And, Carson he didn't play a terrible game.
No.
But if you're going to give up some passes to Olave, and to the other wide receiver, Rashid, you're going to give up passes. Rashid look like he's 4'2", man. I mean, he's out there the way he blew past our safeties. Oh, come on, man. Hooker and Devin Wilson look like they was running in damn cement. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I mean, that's just you can't do that. You're in too deep. You're already lining up 10 to 15 yards off the ball. Yeah. But we see it on the tape. Wilson sees the guy, Olave, run the end, the dig, flatten out. He takes one step up.
That's all it takes.
He gets right behind him. And then the whole thing about Hooker, he just looked like he was in the home run trot the whole time. I don't know if he just is not that fast.
No, he didn't respect his speed, I don't think, because he never got out of his back pedal quick enough. And once Rashid got up on him, it was too late.
Yeah, and then, Michael Parsons, another game where he's on the milk carton. You couldn't find him. You know what I mean? I looked at it, a lot of times it wasn't even double teams. Right. It was just smart offensive play calling. The ball was out.
Yeah.
By the time you get in there and you putting a hand on him, it's already completed.
That's why I was, after that first series, I thought we would see, or the second series, I thought, I can't say the third series because that was one play. But I thought we were going to see him at some, something other than outside.
Yeah.
And put him in the middle sometimes, let him, let him crash up in there.
What I'll say is, and we'll wrap this segment up on our defense, what we should hope that the team is doing is learning from this situation. Absolutely. I mean, anything in life that you go through that don't kill you is an example to get better and to learn from. And that's what we got to do. And I think my take on it is stop wanting to be pass rushers and worrying about the pass rush and getting sacks. First, stop the run. That's got to be it. You know what I mean? From Michael Parsons on the edge to everybody that's there, we have to sell out on the run game first. I'll go ahead and give you some parting thoughts on the defense.
No, I've said all I needed to say, man.
Yeah.
You know, it will get better.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing to watch as a Cowboys
fan. Just like last year against Arizona Cardinals with Josh Dobbs at the quarterback.
I told you, man. It's like deja vu.
I don't understand.
I believe that was right after the Jets win. I think that next week is when we play Arizona, and they thumped us. Mm-hmm. Outside runs, we couldn't set the edge, getting sealed. I mean, how many times do we see them, and we'll talk about our offense more, how many times do we see them use motion, play action to set up blocks? Like they bring the wide receiver. You got Olave ceiling on Micah Parsons and D. Lawrence.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. And we'll talk about offense.
Yeah. Cowboys Nation, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. We'll come back. We'll talk about the offensive side of the ball.
One.
Right back at you.